All right, so we have our whole video color graded. Now, I'm gonna I did something off camera, but I'm just gonna show you real quick. So before, this green was really like the grass here was really vibrant, and it kind of made this video look really weird. So what I actually did is let me delete this and show you guys what it looked like before. Right? So it looked like this, and if you're looking at this, you're like, damn, this green is really bright, and this is like a blue video, so we kind of don't really want that in our video. So all I did, let me actually delete this, is all I did was I added a node, a corrector, I pasted it on the timeline, and you're basically doing the exact same thing that you did when you were mapping out the skin tones. Except for this one, we're just going to map out the green in this video and then decrease the saturation and then change the hue a little bit. So we're going to go to our dropper tool, go here, click this tool, and then we have the green selected and we can see what is basically selected. So it looks pretty good to me. We don't really have to do anything after that. And then we'll go back here and then we'll literally just go to back to our color wheels here and we can change the hue of it to where it's a little bit more blue. And pink, like that's literally all we have to do. Maybe I'll decrease the saturation. Like I could make it like a blue like this, but I don't really like that. But see, now it doesn't look as it doesn't look as jarring to the eye. So that's just one of the things that I did. Now we could go ahead and we can actually do the same thing here, but I kind of like the orange in here because it kind of gives you that orange teal look. We're just going to go ahead and go through all of these, see if there's anything else that we can sort of do. So again, we have this sort of green right here, and you don't have to do this at all by any means, but it's just a great way to um, sort of make some like of these like brighter colors that don't really go with this aesthetic look a little bit less vibrant. So we'll go ahead, we'll map this out. We'll see what is being mapped. So let's just zoom in here, right? And we'll go here, we'll press the plus sign, get the rest of this sort of mapped out. All right, it looks like it's all mapped out. And then we'll literally just go back to this and we'll just decrease the saturation of that. So as you see, like it's not really that noticeable anymore, which is that's exactly what we want. All right, looking at this, what is kind of sticking out to me? There's nothing really. I mean, we do have this pink right here, but I don't mind that at all. Drawing out here, this red, but if we touch the right, it's gonna change the skin tone, so I'm not gonna touch that. This one, we have this green right here, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add a node, and we're gonna go to our dropper tool, and we're gonna map out this green thing, right? So this is what we're doing, just mapping out this whole thing. All right, perfect. Go back here, we'll go to fit. I'll just go here and decrease the saturation. Actually, for this one, we could decrease the saturation. No. This one will just change the hue a little bit to something like that, so it's not as noticeable. And there we go. That is what we have. Looking here, I mean, we could touch these frames that look a little bit green, but I don't really mind it at all. So that's that. And then, yeah, that's all we have for this, guys. Color grading is all done. Now let me show you some extra video effects that we can use, some sort of cool effects. Um, there is something called a radial blur, and a radial blur is basically the circular blur around a subject. So a good shot that we can use this for, I thought this was stabilized. Yeah, it was. we'll use it on this. So we'll go ahead, we'll go to our effects, and we'll look for radial blur. Right here, boom, we'll go ahead, drag it onto our clip, and then in the inspector tab, instead of being in video, you'll be in your effects, radial blur, and what we're going to do is just going to go ahead and look at this. So as you can see, you can make it very difficult, but, or not difficult, very blurry. But me personally, I'm not going to really do that. I want the face to be in the middle. And this looks good to me. So this is I will say this is a little bit um, out there for some people. Some people may not even like it at all. But I think this adds a cool effect to the video. Right? So that looks good to me. Another effect that I like to use is a quick zoom in and a quick zoom out. I actually don't know if I showed this already, but we'll just show it on this clip. I'm not going to use it for this, but if there's, a key beat that stands out from the rest of it, I'll sometimes use a quick zoom in and then I'll zoom out slower after, and I'll show you. So this clip starts off at 1. We'll go ahead 3 frames, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll increase this by 1.05, and then we'll go to the end, and then we'll increase this by 1.08. Right? So we'll go here, look at this. It was a quick zoom in, so that's what you can do. But I'm going to go ahead and reset this. So that's another video effect. Oh, text. So in order to get to text, we'll go here to titles at the top. And this is where you can literally, you can do subtitle. You can go ahead and just drag it on top of here. And you can click this. And if you double click the subtitle that you make, you can go here, you can change it. So hello, nights like this. And just like, what do you call it? Just like a video, you can actually change. It has its own transform tabs. You can make it higher or lower, right? You can go ahead here. You can add a drop shadow, give it that shadowy look, and we'll give it the opacity of that blur. It's kind of hard to see on this, but it gives it a little bit of that. Oh, we gotta delete that. That's why, yeah. So we'll give it a sort of 3D look. We'll give it a background if you wanted that. Stroke, this will just make it a little bit bolder if you want it. And then again here, you can go here to your character. You can change the font face if you want it bold, size, line spacing. You can move it up or down. And then alignment, you can do left align, middle align, right align, but this one doesn't really change it. We can change it to all caps, decrease the size of it. Again, our color, we can change the color down here. And then what else? It also has its own transform tab. So you can go ahead and do this. So you can move it left to right. We could, right, yeah, we could do this. And what else is there? On this, we can go ahead and customize the caption. You can go ahead and do all of this. And if you wanted to add more, all you can do is press add new, and it's going to add a new caption right there. Now you can go ahead and use any of these font styles right here. Um, there's no real need to show all of this because it's pretty self-explanatory. These are like presets already in DaVinci Resolve to get you certain sample or text things. But yeah, so that is what we get. So yeah, then you can go ahead here. This acts as any video you can extend, you can cut it as well, and yeah. But we're not going to use any text on this. Let's see what other effects there are. So there's another effect sometimes, and this will be good for you guys who are using an iPhone or a phone footage. A lot of times we want that like blurry background. Actually, no, I don't know how to do this on this. We'll save that for Premiere Pro. But basically what I was going to say is you can use, actually, let's try to figure this out now because I don't have this. Advanced controls. Yeah, yeah, you can't do this. So you actually need the, fuck, what was I going to say? You need the pro version for this, and I don't have that, so I can't show you. But basically what I was going to say is you use Gaussian blur, and you'll basically magic mask track this, your person, and then everything else will be blurred. But I can't do that because I don't have the, pro version. So not to worry. That's just unfortunate. Let's see what else. Yeah, the rest of these are all. Trying to see what else you can even use on here. If all these different blurs. Can't use a lens blur here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can go around here, use any of these. They all, again, they all sort of look the same. I don't use any of these, so there's nothing really to worry about per se. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really that I use that's just like, oh, transitions. I mean, you can go ahead here. You can use some of these transitions. Again, like I said, I just don't use any of these. So, yeah. I guess at the end, one last thing I could show you is sort of like a fade out. So the video just kind of fades to black. So let's see. Ah, here we are. So we'll go ahead and go to composite and we'll keyframe this. Then we'll go to the end and we'll just put the opacity to 0. So that'll fade your video out. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory, but because we wanted to loop this video, I'm not going to use that. Let's see, is there anything else that I could use? Yeah, like I said, you can go here and use anything here. I'm not going to go over it because I don't use any of it. These are literally all that I would personally use to make the videos that I make. Yeah, and I think that's going to wrap up. So let's export this video. Let's just watch it one more time, see how it looks. There we go, perfectly looped. So let's go to our export settings now. So what we're going to want to do is go to, we can either do quick export or we can do file export. Let's see what the difference is. But yeah, we'll do quick export. We'll go ahead here. Export, no, we'll go here. Export timeline. Oh shit. The fuck? Export project. Okay, never mind. Quick export it is. Well, here, quick export. Now you have a few options. Me personally, I'm gonna use H.265 because it does a little bit well. It does a little bit better with, um, sorry, what do you call it? With 4K footage. So that's what I would personally do. But if you notice you're having some issues, just use regular H.264. Make sure that it matches the resolution and your frame rate. If it does not, make sure to go down here to your settings and make sure all of these align up perfectly. So yeah, so we'll go here, quick export, export this. We'll name this DaVinci Resolve 1. I'm just going to put it on my desktop. Save that. It's exporting, and then we'll watch the video, see how it turned out. Yeah, after this, we'll go into the Premiere Pro, and like I said before, Premiere Pro is going to be way more in depth. That is what I personally use. I'm excited to really give everything that I know. So, yeah, that's the DaVinci Resolve for you guys. All right, let's see this. Here we are. Oops. So that's DaVinci Resolve. I showed you guys importing, exporting. I showed you guys color grading. I showed you basic video effects using the transform tab, stabilization, as well as the radial blur effect, as we saw there. I show you guys how to make your own LUT, use my LUT, or use any LUT that you create and then convert it into your own preset. But yeah, this is exactly how I do it. As I said before, the way that I color grade might be different from others, but this is the simplest way that I have found to make videos that I make. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. The color looks great. We were able to use iPhone footage, Sony footage, and I showed you guys a little bit about log and just in general uh, what this is about. You know, if there's any other tutorials that you guys want to see for DaVinci Resolve, I am open to, buying the pro version later on. But for the most part, this is all that I'm going to go over for DaVinci Resolve. Everything else, it's going to be Premiere Pro. I'm showing every single thing that I use on Premiere Pro to make the videos that I make. So be prepared. If you really, really, really want to make videos like me, get Premiere Pro. But like I said before, CapCut and DaVinci Resolve have a free version. So if you're limited on capital or if you wanted to start off, those would be a great way to start. I personally would recommend DaVinci Resolve because they're a lot more in depth, and color grading is a little bit easier to get exactly what you want. Now, as I said before, I haven't dived deep into DaVinci Resolve that much yet because I use Premiere Pro. So if you've seen something else, if you've seen different ways to do it, and those work better for you, go ahead, use that. But this is how I personally would be using this software with the knowledge that I know now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope, and yeah, we'll get into Premiere Pro in the next video.